Hey, Roman Daisel here, back with another Lord of the Rings strategy battle game 1 segment. We're going to be looking at the prelude to the Battle of Helm's Deep right now. Now I have my deeping wall set up next to my golf clubs, and I then have the walls of the Hornburg, the outer courtyard walls. There should be a tower behind it. Well, I guess you have a shadow of a tower right there from something. I'm casting a shadow. Now, I know some guys have a massive Helm's Deep, a much more realistic Helm's Deep than me, but they have more time and money on their hands than I do, and space. I don't have that. I got to go with what I have. So I'm using the Warhammer Castle Walls and then the Helm's Deep box set scenery piece that they no longer make, and I wish they had expanded it. But anyway, we got what we got. So I got my walls all manned. So King Theoden and Hama and some royal guards are holding the middle, and they're holding the main keep. And I have Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli with some more Rohirrim warriors holding the one walled section, the middle walled section, and then Éomer is on the far side. Now the Peter Jackson, we didn't put Éomer in Helm's Deep. Éomer was left out and about running around doing Éomer things, which was kind of dumb. Erkenbrand was the one who was supposed to be gathering the scattered remains of the forces of the Westfold in Rohan after their defeats at the Battle of the Forts of Isen, and Gandalf went to help them. Well, Theoden, Éomer, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli and company rode first to the Forts of Isen, but then got turned back when they heard of the defeat and went to Helm's Deep instead. They went back with 1,000 horsemen and found that Gamling had been left in charge with 1,000 people manning the walls. Not all of them were of the best physical shape. Some were too young, some were too old, but it is what it is. So basically I have 66 figures. Now I'm not using battle points for this thing. I rather go with scale. And each figure represents 30 Rohirrim warriors. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, Éomer, and Theoden, and Hama, they also would have a group of 29 other guys around them. So they're holding a platoon, let's say, or not a half Arad, because a full Arad is 120 warriors. A half Arad is 60. So I'm not sure. I can't remember what the word is for a quarter company. 53 figures holding the walls, and I'm going to have 4 more figures manning the arrow slits that you see in Helm's Deep, because there would be guys manning those slits. I know 30 guys can't fire out of a hole at once, but you know, that will be done. Then I have this force of 9. 4 of them are going to be behind the wall. They're going to be the pickets that are guarding the horses back up in the deep near the glittering caves, and then the other 5 will be holding the gate inside the wall. So there's roughly 66 guys, 66 figures representing 30 men each, which roughly equates to almost 2,000 Rohirrim warriors. Alright, now we have our Isengard army set up. Now each figure here is going to represent 50 men. So in the case of a one-on-one tie, it'll be the orcs, the Isengarders who win, just because of sheer weight of numbers. Now I do have, roughly breaks down to 4,000 common orcs as either bowmen, swordsmen, spearmen, or axemen, 1,400 light infantry, Uruk-Hai, 800 engineers or sappers, with another 800 extras. So 800 would be commanders and flaming guy troops, with another 200 extras as well. That's just in the attacking force that's going to attack the main deeping walls and part of the tower keep itself, as well as the archers. I did use one of my Moria goblins as an archer because I'm missing I need that 8th archer in the set. Now I do have some 2,300 heavy infantry. Of course, 1,000 of them are pikemen, and they'll be just useless as tits on a bull in the battle. The only thing they're going to be there for is basically to wear off any cavalry. So if cavalry appear on the horizon, they're the first to line up that way, in that direction. Or if Theoden makes his famous cavalry charge, the smartest thing would have been to put the pikemen on the causeway, at the end of the causeway, waiting for the horses to come at them. That would have been the smart thing. In the movie, they just bowled over everything. The orcs kept running up the ramp, and the horses kept bowling them over the edge, which is actually pretty stupid. They should have waited, put archers on the sides of the causeway with pikemen at the very end where it flattens out into the ground, waiting for them. That would have been the smart thing, but the Isengard commanders weren't exactly known for their brains. Because in the movie you see all these pike guys rushing for the walls. I could just see the French tenter. There should have been a French tenter among the Rohirrim troops going, you sons of a silly person. I wave my... Father was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries. For all the good pikes we're going to do against the walls. I then have an additional 1,150 Dunlin troops. There should be probably more than that, but I don't have them. I'm also using a couple of my ruffians, Sharky's ruffians from the Shire campaign in here just to even out the numbers. Especially with my archer and my wildmen of Dunland. I should get more wildmen of Dunland. But I also need more archers too. The heavy group, I have the battering ram. There's going to be 10 heavy armed Uruk-Hai at the battering ram and 2 regiments to support it. In a pinch, I could have my pikemen drop their pikes, pick up their swords, and run to help the gate. But we'll see. We're going to play this. I'll play this with my son and see how well it works. So it should be interesting. There's enough guys. Hamma can help the hoardings, so there'll be 3 rocks dropped. As well as the arrow slits. I got guys already manning that. So we'll see how this works out. So the odds are roughly 4-1. Roughly 8,650 Isengard troops against just under 2,000 Rohirrim. We're looking just over 4-1 odds. But again, this is a fortress, and they got to get there and climb the walls. The general maxim in warfare is 1 man in a trench is worth 3 in the field. And with a castle wall, it should be more like 1 man behind a wall is better than 5 in the field. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we'll play it. Me and my son will play this battle. It'll probably take a few days because we only do we're not gung-ho like some people are. We'll take breaks. I tried that with my Osculia setup I had. It took a long time to complete, and it was very long. But anyway, this is the prelude to the battle. I know guys like Zorp and a couple others have beautiful gaming tables for this kind of stuff. This is just in my garage by myself. Just mainly a collector, but also sometime player. So I'll leave comments in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll get to the battle soon enough. I'm Roman Daisel, I'm out of here.